So we will start shortly, but for us that are not used to the room, where you see the reflection, right at the back, there's a bathroom. So there is actually 2 bathrooms there, and a male and female. So we want to make sure that our other colleagues are actually adjusting. We just want to give them a minute, and after that, we definitely want to start. What's the conclusion? Yeah, already, but then he's saying you can't attend it. So with RTTI, you finish doing something that you do. Come on, girl, the one that had these are the Oh, we can't ban on. We didn't notice for this education courses. For what we need for I want you to return. What he's going to say. Give it? Give it, are you going to give it? Yeah, one of the education courses research. I think we should. Yeah, because on the matter, it's still waiting. Seamlessly. Okay, brother.
Morning.
Yeah. So for the end of the MC, I just want to say welcome to this workshop session. So we're going to go along as you see from the agenda here. So the first attempt here will be an opening prayer, which we're just going to observe a moment of silence, and then we can just have silent prayer. That's for 8 minutes. It starts now. Amen. Okay. So the next attempt here will be a welcome remark. The remark will be made by our powerful director, the director for the Kakata Rural Teacher Training Institute.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Good morning, fellow educators.
Good morning, Director.
Let me take this time to recognize the presence of our Assistant Minister for Teacher Education, Honorable Kakata Jr., the partner, the European Union, represented by Kati, other staff from the Ministry of Education, my colleagues from the Rural Teacher Training Institute, other educators here present, and representative of the CEO's office. Good morning. So on behalf of my colleagues, the director of the Zozo Rural Teacher Training Institute, he's on his way here, Honorable A.B. Kakata, and the director for Webu Rural Teacher Training Institute, Antonio Zeze. I'm sure he will also be here. I'm pleased to welcome you to this all-important session. You know, we have worked in stages. The first time we met here was about the reviewing process, the revision, the alignment. Now, an assessment has been done on how prepared the Rural Teacher Trainings Act to implement the new curriculum that we have. So we feel that that is very important. The readiness of the Rural Teacher Training Institutes and the other teacher training institutes will make us to actually get the fruit of the work that we have done here. Other than that, all of the efforts, the expertise brought on the table may now result to something good. So relax and then listen to the result. When the assessment was ongoing, directors did not have a monopoly over it. Directors were singled out during the assessment process, and the academic deans were also singled out. The trainers themselves were singled out. So in separate rooms. So the directors of the teacher training institutes don't know what the trainers said. Likewise, the academic deans. So this assessment is like new to all of us. So as we go through, we see what was actually said, where were the challenges put forth, and then from there we'll move forward. So welcome again to this session, and we actually count on your expertise that you started providing to continue this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Madam Director, for the warm welcome. At least now we feel welcome, we feel at home. We are very close to RTTI, and if we have any problem that we know who to go to, right? Thank you, Madam Director. So the next item here will be housekeeping and then recognition of of participants, and that will be done by Mr. Siwala S. Jala, Director for Teachers Education.
Good morning. Let me join Director Sona to say we are all welcome to KRTTI, and especially for this technical section. So we started housekeeping already. Those who should be lodging probably have not have whatsoever lodging, just make sure that you contact the table or me so that we arrange that. At the back of this room is actually the washroom, and like I said previously, we have 2 rooms actually specified for both gender. We are in the house with key personalities today, and it is key to note that this section of display, like what the director said, displaying what we actually review, revised, aligned, and validated the curriculum, and mostly also develop its delivery plan to see how courses that were actually adopted will be delivered. More to that is that we also will be showing that we provide findings to note the RTTI readiness in the implementation of this newly revised ECE curriculum. We like to say pre-service ECEC curriculum. There are curriculum that are being adopted. We know USAID and other people, but that is pre-service associate ambassador. This is actually drawn from that, and but other things are also added to that. So with recognition of participants, like the director said, we have the county office represented by its administrative assistant, Mr. Gifler. You are welcome. We also have our partners, international and national partners from the learning scope, and Dr. Kati and Bigman. We want to say you are welcome. We also have our representatives from government and faith-based universities, because what we try to do here is to find a career path and a seamless transition for those who will be graduating with C certificates to also transition to university. So it is important to make sure that our university partners are in the room to also cross the T's and dot the I's. So from the Stella Maris, we have Naomi Boya. Thank you for coming. We also have from the Advantage University of West Africa. We also have yes, Madam Teresa Dwell Sharif. She's the Dean of the Education Program from the Advantage University. We also have key personalities from the Bureau of Teacher Education, which is the fulcrum, James and Prince, and along myself from ensuring that this task is actually completed, from those who will be implementing, those who will be charged with the responsibility of ensuring that the newly revised curriculum are actually implemented, and our trainees are trained, qualified for either teaching specifically or for transition in some futuristic term. We have from the KRTTI, the director already introduced herself, but we have Director Sona. She's the director of the Kakata Rural Teacher Training Institute. Alongside representing her is the academic dean of the C certificate program, and he Mr. M. Darklipo. And we also have from the Webo Rural Teacher Training Institute, represented by its 2 academic dean. The director is actually not, the director has some bereavement to attend to. We actually consult with the institution, that's why he's not here. And we have Reverend Snare Johnson. He's the academic dean of the B certificate program, but representing the director at this historic event. We also have Mr. Laurent Cooley, the academic dean of the C certificate program. He's going to be charged with ensuring that everything we do here actually click in and trainees are versed with what we are actually doing. We have our colleague from UL. She's Justin, and she will soon be in the room. Madam Martha M. Double. She's one of our teacher educators, especially when we say our early childhood master trainers at the state-run university. We like to call it the University of Liberia. So without much ado, and with my humble privilege, I also like to recognize the presence of the Honorable Assistant Minister for Teachers Education, Honorable Clifford Conan Jr., and my own brother-in-law. Now we got a man that says the man of a boss member of my brother-in-law. He's also in the room. So, but what we are here to do today is to see the work that we have done, and the catalyst to ensure that we are ready to implement. So the findings from the assessment that the team gathered from the visitation across the various RTTIs will also be presented. And probably we hope that some of them are administrative, some of them are actually governmental. Let me call it that way. I don't want to say educational issue, but they are governmental, because Ministry of Education through the government of Liberia and other partners actually need to handle that. So with all much ado, that's what we will be doing here today. We ask that you put in all your all and ensure that whatsoever that will be presented here, whatsoever that will be done here today, you look at it with your final eye, because it is to ensure that Mama Liberia have trained and qualified teachers for our children. As I end, one thing you cannot do in life is to make sure that you determine which teacher teach your child or children. And if we are found, we are actually privileged to be in this space. All we can do is to make sure that we uphold quality for a better Liberia. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Director, for those brilliant statements. So now we transition to remarks, and so let's say our stranger father will be. We can pass by him. Is there no other thing, right? So the first remark here will be made by a representative from the CEO's office, Mr. Gavler, who is the administrative assistant. So, Mr. Gavler, you have 5 minutes. That's a brief remark.
When you use less, you happy.
We happy we use less.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Again, my name is Kefla Mova. I serve as the administrative assistant to the office of the CEO. On behalf of the CEO, Mr. Rabah M. Zize, we want to say thank you for coming, and we want you to know that it is an honor and privilege to form part of this historic event. One thing we know, and which is our utmost happiness, is that at the end of this, we will see quality in the teachers. We will see those that will be ready to deal with our children, and which has been a challenge for us in the county. So we are honored to form part of this. We want to say welcome to the Margibi County school system. Feel free to talk to us about anything. We are ready to answer you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kefla Moroba. And the next remark will be made by a representative from the Rural Teacher Training Institute, and that representative is Reverend Snare Johnson.
Thank you very much. Honorable Assistant Minister for Teacher Education, our ever potent energetic, always running director. The doyen of the TTIs, Madam Director, colleagues, on behalf of the rural trainers, those who are responsible to train and qualify teachers in the rural areas, especially from the angle of the Ministry of Education. I want to say thank you for the privilege, for the opportunity. From the feedback we are getting out of all we have started in this transitional period, if this at the end of the day is finalized and approved by the authority, what we can say is that the influx to the TTI, we will not have the capacity to handle. Because that's been one of the major challenges of the young people. They want to go to tertiary institution, but they don't just want to go for 2-3 years. Then by the time they're ready to transition to university, they have to go take entrance. So they have been discouraged and said, look, let me just wait and go to the university. But given this process and concluding this process, they feel good that they have a pathway to. So we'll not only be training more teachers, we'll also have teachers who have the capacity to easily transition to the university, to keep building our human resource capacity as a nation. So again, thank you. We are excited to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend. And we now call on the representative from the faith-based institution. And representing the faith-based institution here would be Madam Teresa D. Sherry to speak on behalf of the faith-based institution. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning. Minister, colleagues, our partners, we want to say a big thank you that we can all join with you in this worthy cause. We know that this is not just about curriculum. This is about the future of our children, right? The beginning of their academic journey. And so what we do here today will reflect on what they become tomorrow. And so we are very excited, and we want this thing to roll out so that we can also feel the impact at our various faith-based institutions. And so we welcome the idea so much. We want to thank our organizers for making this real, because sometimes we gather and then we just talk and it is not rolled out. But then there's so many where we have sat down for hours and days, and at the end of it, you don't see it real. So we want to say thank you, and we know that this will become real, because wherever we are, we will feel the impact. So thank you so much, and let God bless us all as we join our hands and forces to ensure that this thing come out. Thank you.
So next in line will be a representative from the state-run universities. That will be done by Madam Martha and Baba.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Minister and fellow colleagues. I'm glad to be here again this morning. A process that we started months ago. And I feel so happy. When I was walking in, I heard director saying, we don't have a choice of a teacher who's going to teach our children or grandchildren. So most often, people overlook the field of education in Liberia. But I'm glad that as educators, we can be in this room and looking for a way forward. So how to solve some issues that have been affecting us teachers' education is key. When you talk about quality, you talk about products, you talk about accountability and everything, and you talk about patriotism. It starts with the classroom. And the kind of teachers we prepared when they get out there to teach our children, it represents so much. Because the little children will always say, that's not what my teacher told me. Even when the parent is right. And he tried to convince them, even when the parent is a doctorate degree holder and the teacher is a 6 certificate holder, they will say, no, my teacher didn't say so. So it tells you how much confidence that our children has in the teachers. So I'm glad that we can come in this space. What we started, we didn't know that we're headed somewhere, but today we are here. And like Ma Teresa said, it is a reality. Most times they say Liberians, we talk too much. They say it will happen, oh, we do it, and we keep promising, making the promises. But we found us in this room, and after this process, we know that this program is going to be rolled out. And I'm glad, coming from a state university, that we are part of this process, and that we all can make education a better quality in Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam Trevor. So now we come to our partners. Yes, so just a remark from the end of Learning Scope / RTIA and the European Union. And Katie? Yes. You're welcome.
Thank you. Honored Minister, Director, dear participants, I have to admit, when I first heard that I will be coming to Liberia, I had to use Google Maps. And I'm sorry for that. I have worked in East Africa for years and years, but where is Liberia? Okay, now it's my 4th time to come here, and I know very well location of Liberia. And it hasn't been only work. I feel that we have created very nice connection, even friendship. And I really hope that we will continue it in other projects as well. Together we have created new curriculum for ECE and primary. And I want to emphasize word together, because many times curriculum is written somewhere high by Ministry of Education, by researchers. But here it has been done in collaboration with teacher trainers. And I hope you have the same feeling than me, that you have been heard in the process.
Sure.
Yes, and the goal is wonderful. Your curriculum is context-based. It's not brought from somewhere else. It's very modern, and it's also more inclusive. But, now comes the but. You know, we have to take many steps before it can be implemented. And now, during these 2 days, we are talking about how to take these steps and what are these steps. But we have a saying that potato, it's not eaten by one bite, but we use many bites to eat one big potato. So education in Liberia, teacher training in Liberia will be developed step by step in collaboration with everybody and also with international partners. And I really want to thank you for this wonderful collaboration we have had. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. So now, without ado, I have the honor to invite the Honorable Assistant Minister for Teachers Education for a statement. Welcome, Honorable Minister.
greeting from the senior management team of the ministry, headed by our Minister Dr. Jaso Manijara. For more information, the entire senior management team is supposed to be here today for this session, but because of other national engagement, they are not here, but we are working behind the scene for this presentation to be brought to the ministry for a final presentation to the senior management team. So we want to say a special thanks to Dr. Kati and a scared body that want to talk about NMS country. They don't know anything about the country, they don't know any history. So to the extent they have to use Google Map to just know the location, but they don't know how the people live in it. You know, so she took the challenge to come to Liberia. And it's not just about money, it's about service, the process. So I want to say thank you so much, Dr. Kati, for taking the initiative to come and help us to bring us through, this process of revising our curriculum. It's been very fantastic working with you. When the time came for the team to go in the field, I told Dr. Kati that I would drive you to the 3 RTTIs because that's my home. You can't go in my home in my accent. He said, no, Minister, you can stay. I said, no, we'll go together. And he accepted the request and we drove to the 3 RTTIs. So we want to say this. We are now transitioning from the old training curricula to the new one. And the whole world want to know, especially from the angle of National Commission on Higher Education, who are those master's trainers that will be handling this new brand curriculum that will still be, soon be rolled out. So the question, how to answer it, we need an independent team to come and do assessment. Before the revision of the curriculum, we did our own assessment as Bureau. But now after the revision, our partners came in to help us. So the minister had a little talk about that initially. She didn't get a clearer picture. So when I said we were going to do an assessment, she said, hey, Minister, you just did another assessment. I said it was before the revision. Now we are done with the revision. We want to get a new brand information about the TTI. How prepare our TTI to handle this curricula that have been reviewed aligned. Because yes, the higher institution of learning was part of the process. That's one aspect. The second aspect, which is the very most important aspect, is the master's trainer capacity to handle this document. Because if we don't give the best to our teacher, it means our coming in here will just be a complete waste. It's better we just sit home and say, hey, let's just do anything we want to do and accept any learning outcomes that come up. But we are saying no. We want to be on par with other countries. And how do we do it? It starts from the classroom. It starts from the teacher training institutions. So if you can have a stronger teacher training institution, rest assured you will not have a good school. Because the school is not just the building. The school is about learning. You can sit on a zero-round building and get a quality education in that zero-round building. And you can also sit in a very decent model school that will be dedicated only 19 and get full outcome when you don't have qualified teachers to go in there. So it's vice versa, right? So quality comes with P. So I want the TTIs to accept, especially our directors, to accept the findings that will be coming up today. Don't see it like a setback. Don't see it like a shot in the head, but see it as it stays right now. You should pick up from there. Even in the house that we manage it as parents, not everything goes well, you see it. But the children will be able to spot some things and they come to inform you, oh, mommy or daddy, this is happening to this. Then you go back to solve the problem. So at our level, at Bureau, at Ministry, we will handle some. The panel will handle some. But at your level, see it as your working tools to improve and do a better thing. Because when we sit in the ministry, we point fingers at the TTIs. The TTIs is our Bible. We depend on the TTI to do better. Because there are other private teacher training institutions around that are doing the same thing you're doing. So you got to take the lead. If you can't take the lead, private teacher training institution won't take the lead for you. You got to take the lead. So when we engage with them, we say go to RTIA, for example, and see what they are doing there, or go to Zozo, or go to Webo. So take this as your working tools and improve on the system. Prove us right that we were never wrong to appoint you as directors for the TTIs. You got to prove it right. So you got to take ownership of this document, the curriculum, and as we go along, if the rule says, for example, to be a master trainer at a TTI, you have a minimum qualification in education program degree, and we'll be calling on you to resubmit all of the credentials of the master's trainer, because this is what the minister want to see. So the tool that were used was sent to her. She make her own input, what she wanted, what she wanted to see for the TTIs. They were inserted in those forms. So, I mean, we will call on those credentials, review it. Those ones that are not in line with the policy, as says, bachelor in education, either in history or biology or wherever, but you will come from a teacher training institution. Because tomorrow we will be pushing a case, and we are already started pushing a case, building the capacity of the master's trainer to be able to adequately handle this curriculum. So if I say, for example, we're taking 5 trainers from RTTI, I will not be sending anybody that get a degree in accounting that's in the classroom. No, we recommend trainers that are from the background of teacher college to be upgraded. So in as much as we are saying you should take these findings as your working tools, we at the level of the ministry, we are taking it as our working tools to use it to engage partners to build a capacity, because we want to strengthen our teacher capacity, so that tomorrow when you're putting up your graduates, because there are transitions that we're talking about, that alignment, that when the students go to UL, they don't find difficulties. If, for example, UL will receive 100 of our graduates tomorrow, the performance there should be better. Then they will be convinced that yes, we are actually working at the TTI. Right. They can go and go start saying, going C, D, repeating process. No, it means that the foundation is already solid. So we want to build up a very solid foundation. So the CATI plea convey our special thanks and appreciation to the Regional Teacher Initiative. We after the entire phase of the TAs will be formal communication through the Office of the Minister to the Teacher Initiative to really appreciate them for their assistance. These activities are being doing, they are fully sponsored by the Regional Teacher Initiative for Africa. So we want to say thank you to the team. We'll do a formal communication of appreciation to the entire team, and also a special one to you, Group for Learning Scope. Yeah, we will do that. Beeman, our sister, through our hard work, I always told people, right? For us, we are policy makers, we are politicians. But you people who are in the teacher training institution, you are technicians. The way you work, the more connection you keep getting. That's why I always put Jara on his feet. I always put Peter on her feet. Now you see Beeman, our sister, because of hard work, she has now linked now with learning school. So for example, a learning school is doing anything, she will buy a ticket for you and go to South Africa and go to places we're going to work. So you gotta keep pushing. When opportunity comes, say you take the lead, move, will give you the support. That is why we are in the bike, to provide support, to push people to move. So today is Beeman, tomorrow it might be Jala, tomorrow it might be Bala, tomorrow it might be Johnson, it might be Prince, it might be anybody in this room. So when the partner comes, put yourself into the activities, because they will spark you. Now learning school will think about establishing another branch in Liberia. Who do you expect to manage it? Beeman. So thank you so much, and thanks to our colleagues from the both Faith Bay and State-owned University for coming, for being part of this process. We have never intended to leave anybody behind, because If you leave somebody behind who say, hey, you're doing it, you're not call up like your document. So this curriculum is everyone. So the acknowledgement component, we're not going to put the resolution part, which are endorsed. We're not putting UL. We're not putting quantitum. We will put the name of the individual.
Yes.
For example, we will say Bima, inform on the poor learning school. We say that Kekura, then we say wherever we got teacher training institution. Because if we get the university, who from the university that were part of the process? So we put your name there to acknowledge you for the work that you have done. That tomorrow you print that document, say go to the rural teacher training institution. I was part of the team that reviewed past that training curriculum. So you're coming in here, it's never in vain. So that's class for our partners. And so our academic teams, your trainer, your specialists that came and made part of this document preparation. I want to say thank you. Keep putting them on their feet. The curriculum, you can take it, you run through it. Yes, it will be, you use next cohort. But right after the presentation, you can at your level begin to look at it. At your level, that new content, a new ingredient that have been placed into the curriculum, that begin to look at it. So that tomorrow, by the time we're about to start the cohort, then you already have had more knowledge on it. So I want to say thank you so much. We pray that the Friday meeting, I just communicated with the minister's office to approve Friday for us to go to town and do the presentation. So once that is approved before the end of the day, we just confirm that Friday, because you need to do, I don't want how to do online presentation. I want to do in-person presentation. That's why I keep pushing my office to approve before, because you'll be leaving anytime or the weekend. It better she just leave here. Let the minister also see her in person and shake her hand, tell her thank you, and take photo with the minister. We can keep it in our account as well. So thank you all so much. To have a blessed working day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. So to close the formal opening session, we're just going to do a group photo. Honorable Minister, we're going to arrange a platform here so that we can do our group photo.
All the black chair, can we?
Yeah.
We say, all the men that have black chair. We say you sit on yourself. But they have all kind of it. They have all kind of it. After our group photo, we will now take a little health break. Then we'll go in our technical section. Y'all know how to work now? If you are not grabbed, please, our partners.
All the ladies sit down, please.
No, sorry, I don't know.
Okay, I think we'll have a light problem, so let's push these chairs.
We'll call it up. You can go up?
No, we need a light on, is it? Call it up.
No, sometimes the light bright.
This is brighter. This is brighter.
Yes, sir?
No, I need a light.
I think this is
Okay.
Yes, sir?
I think it's
Camera man.
more colorful.
The picture is okay. We have taken picture from here before. This is our spot.
Ladies,
please stop. Sorry, fire director.
Some will see that. What are these?
At the State University. You see that?
You're representing director. Please sit down in the last one. The last one. No, you can't go say that right down there. I'm saying that right.
How come we don't ladies come?
Your hand is
Your hand on the screen.
I'm messing again, camera.
Everybody in that picture?
Yes.
Except you.
Do as many or
Except the cameraman out.
Sorry, James.
Okay.
You can understand.
We use it. We all get there. We use cutting. Woo!
I go for it.
Yeah,
So that one boom.
But Cathy will send it.
Okay,
Yeah, maybe you could change
Yeah, you can.
Let me change mine.
Come, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
No serious faces, please.
Yeah.
Kesali.
They play
For
for
fun.
About
James want to be in one.
Yeah, the man. But Jim, the thing about it is that, so why are in the picture? I don't know. That's why I photogenic. I want them to take pictures.
Yeah,
So why in the picture?
Yeah,
The
go to me.
picture will be fun. I thought? Don't worry.
if you keep taking pictures, your height will increase.
I think so. The police smart. So while we go to the technical, please carry your seat back, your chairs. We have two on this side. Kathy, I know you'll share with us. Send it to me. Yeah, I think one. So we got